Hello and welcome to another episode of Redstone for Dummies. I am Bloggers and today we're going to do a little something different. We're going to go through a whole bunch of circuits that, for obviously people that are just starting at Redstone, that they don't know some Redstone, it starts from extremely extremely easy to a little bit more know-how. So what we'll do is we'll start off with the basics and I'll try and explain them as best we can as we move forward. Okay, so the first circuit is extremely basic, extremely simple. As you can see, you've got the redstone torches that go into the wheel and the redstone dust that follows it. I did not finish my safety lines. HR will have a field day. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, flick the switch, powers it on, sets it in motion, blah 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 blah. Really makes use of the fact that you don't need repeaters in this whatsoever. It's really bad, like you can make this pretty much right at the beginning of the world with a little bit of mining effort. And for this, I'll show you how to make it really easy. One block there, one block there, one block there. Now, in a circular motion, doesn't matter which way you build it, redstone torch, redstone torch, redstone torch, then in the gaps, line them up with redstone dust. You can put switches on any of these and it'll power it, turn it on, doesn't really matter. But yeah, I just thought it would be nice and cool. We used to use these when redstone was first created, before repeaters and stuff like that. These were the clocks that we used to have to make. So yeah, good times, good times. Okay, so going on a little bit more complicated now, using the repeaters, it's a pretty compact design. Switches on, creates a circuit, switch it off, and a circuit. The good thing about this is you can add repeaters on as many as you want and extend the delay. So make it slower, and you can add more obviously to slow it down, or you can have it at its quickest, which is the default here, and I'll quickly show you how to make one of these. What you have to do is put down a block here, a redstone torch at the side, a redstone repeater coming out of the redstone torch, another repeater heading into the block, and then connect it with a redstone dust. Obviously you have your toggle switch on and off to turn it on and off. Like I said, you can expand it as much as you want, slow it down as much as you want. Good times, good time. Pretty much another circuit system here. Works exactly like all the other circuit systems obviously, but instead of using repeaters, it uses the two hoppers and a comparator. Switch it on, the item inside these two hoppers jump between themselves, and the comparator picks it up when it hits here, which sends a redstone signal out, and again toggle with the switch. So I'll show you how to build this one quickly. Down a hopper, crouch place into that hopper, break that one out, crouch place back in this one, so you have this to-y and fro-y motion. You can put an item in here now, and as you can see, it is going backwards and forwards. Put down your lever right here, take a comparator, place it down, and then that's it. That is it for that one. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Now this one I actually use quite a bit in some of my survival stuff, simply because it's 2 blocks. That's really all it is. I mean, if you were to grab this stuff, yeah, fun. And I don't really think I need to show anyone how to make this. It is same way up and down here. Literally just block that there, and you can actually see the pulsating coming through here. But it is a circuit, so I thought I'd chuck that in for a little bit of a laugh. But I guess it can be useful in some instances. Like I said, I use it a lot. Now this one is a little bit more complicated. These two here are pretty much exactly the same, ether hopper clocks. A little bit more complicated, but not too bad. Works the same kind of concept as this one here is a bit larger, I guess. But again, the more items you put in here, the longer the the longer the duration. Big word, duration. Yeah, so I'm going to quickly show you how to build this one. Block here, get your hopper. Same to-y and fro-y hoppy motion. Ba-bam. Now you want to get your comparators. Put them in the right spot, obviously. And I need to get everything that I didn't grab. Redstone dust here, redstone dust here. Sticky piston, redstone block. And then you just go ahead and place an item in here. As you can see, put more items in there, slows it down. Now this way is built exactly the same. Oh, before I continue, you can turn that off with the switch. Yep, there we go. Alright, no worries. This is pretty much built exactly the same. The only difference is it goes behind it instead of on top of it. Alright, so we'll quickly go through this as well. Same trick with the hoppers. Bam. Comparator. Redstone dust. Piston. That. And in here, shove it in. And there's your clock. And again, to stop it. Okay, so this one makes use of the 1 tick pulse. It's pretty quick. This is excellent for dispensing bone meal and arrows and etc. Again, easy, really easy to build. So what I'll do is I'll start right now. Put that down with your leather on top. Comparator behind it. Redstone around, leading back into it. And as you can see, right now it's not going to do nothing until you put that baby in subtracted mode. And then you have your 1 tick pulse. This one takes a little bit more know-how. To be honest, I never used this ever, but I think it's pretty interesting to just to take note. Okay, so it's a little bit broken, I guess. To get this started, you have to press this button and break it before the redstone signal comes around. Otherwise, it's just going to do that and nothing happens at all. Now you can use a lever as well, but like I said, redstone, yeah. So what you have to do, break the block, put that back down, breaks the signal. Now turn it on, break it, and look at that go. Look at that go. Now you can take a redstone pulse out of this, like so. And as soon as you turn it off, yeah. So I don't know if anyone would need that at all, but there it is. That way works too. So we'll quickly build this one. It's really easy. 4 blocks like so. Really did not grab repeaters. Repeater in a wheel motion. And your button or lever. And there you have it. There again. See how I didn't break the lever before I got there? It kind of broke it as well. Anyway, so yeah, that's that one. Okay, now we're moving on to the fun stuff. This is a monostable monostable T-flop. T-flip-flop. Now, these can be incredibly useful if you need something like this. I actually haven't really used this much in any of my things just yet. So, but I am looking forward to using, especially in the videos I'll be using in the next couple of weeks. They'll be using this circuit, so I thought, why not? We'll chuck it in. So this here is the model, the monostable. So press the button, charges redstone, this block of redstone, but there's a piston underneath there, so it'll shoot up real quick, which will give up a 1 tick pulse into this sticky piston here, which will push the block here. And as we know, sticky pistons hit with 1 tick pulse will ditch that block, which will make this a stable circuit, like so. It's really fun to watch. Anyway, so what we'll do is we'll get into it now. I'll just show you quickly how to build this thing. It's not too difficult at all. So what we do is we start off with our button. Place a button there, redstone dust, block. Sorry, redstone dust, sticky piston with your block on top. That was almost embarrassing. Just pretend you didn't hear that. You didn't see that at all. But from there, you want to get your repeater set to the default tick. From there, you want your sticky piston, your block connected to the sticky piston, redstone torch, like so. And obviously then you got your output there. And if you test it out, works perfectly. Amazing. Here's another one that I like to build. I actually use these to build miniature, or your miniature cobblestone generators, which is pretty cool. All you have to do is have a little setup here with your lava and your water. And what happens is that it's quite easy. The observer hits the block update, which powers the block behind it, which the redstone dust picks up, which pushes the button, which is pretty easy. And over here is a less laggy style of it with the power rail. So this is better for multi players and servers and whatnot, because well, less lag if you use the power rails. This is also an incredibly easy build. So what I'll do is I'll just put the piston down here, observer on top, preferably the right way around, block behind that, and redstone dust behind it, and that is literally it. I could do this all day. This one here, I don't really think I need to, go onto this. It's the exact same thing, just using a power rail instead. It'll do the exact same thing. Ta-da! Now this is everybody's best friend. Double piston extender. Now I use these a lot, especially for my tree farm builds. Doors, like doors. Pretty much every big redstone build I have in my survival world uses one of these, and these are incredibly satisfying to watch after you actually make one. Hit the button. One more time. Love it. Anyway, so we'll skip right into doing this. Sticky piston, block. With me so far? Okay. Apparently I'm not. Stuff is all over the place. Okay, so repeater set to 2 ticks? 2 ticks. This one set to 4. Redstone dust, and then dust there. Put your button at the end. Works like a dream. Okay, there we have it. I I understand this has probably been a little bit boring episode than usual, but I thought, hey, let's do something quick, chuck it up there. This might be helpful to some people. And yeah, that's it. If you liked what you seen, like, share, subscribe. We'll be back with another video next week, and I'll see you guys then. Toodaloo.